Hello, everyone who's a computer science faculty member. Um, Something new came up yesterday, and if we're going to do it, which I think we are, we need to act on it pretty quickly. So I wanted to send a quick video and email about a new responsibility called course coordinators. And these are people that would coordinate and would work on a course in conjunction with me and Dwayne Jark, who is the full-time collegiate in our department. So if you're interested, I'll explain kind of the basics of it. So the higher ups at UMGC have picked a set of courses that have high, not super low enrollments. Let's just say I think we had 24 of our 30 courses qualify, and they think to coordinate some things in them that a collegiate can do so many, and a program director can do so many. So we have one collegiate, one program director, and then we can hire adjuncts to be the coordinator, and I'll talk a minute what that means for the other one. So we have some available, and once we figure out who applies, Dwayne and I can sit down and figure out what courses we would be the coordinator for, and what ones the whoever adjuncts we get would be for. So here is kind of the basis of it. So if you got a job there's two jobs actually. There's course coordinator and assistant course coordinator. I'll talk a little bit about the difference, but it's kind of the same. So if you got one, you would work with me and Dwayne really to do two things. One is curriculum changes and enhancements, and that could be mundane stuff like, if I had a course coordinator when we changed from umgc.edu to UMUC or umuce.edu to UMGC, that would have been a task. So it could be some mundane stuff. It could be making some videos. It could be just curriculum development type stuff. The second thing is you would be the point of contact if a faculty member teaching the course had a question, had a problem, like, so for example, they're teaching the course and boom, the link went dead. There's a dead link. Instead of reaching out to me or Dwayne, they would reach out to you, and you would, report back to us, but you would kind of handle that. And maybe new faculty who have not taught before, maybe you'd reach out to them and kind of give them, the bird's eye view of the course or something like that. So the jobs are, there's course coordinator, and we'll have so many of those, and those will get paid $1,500 per year. I realize it's not a lot of money, but we'll work it out so the hourly rate is pretty good. I estimate maybe 50 hours a year would go into it, and we can, if you get selected, we can work with you. Any course that has a huge number of enrollments, we had two qualify. I forget the threshold, but we had CMIS 102 and CMIS 141. Because there's high enrollments, an adjunct cannot be the course coordinator. It's going to have to be Dwayne or me. It'll probably be Dwayne. But we can hire an assistant course coordinator to help assist. And that will be paid $1,000 a year. And we'll work out, how many hours. But it's probably like 35 hours. 35 hours in a year, you kind of help out, and you get paid extra. So if you're interested in doing that over the next year, I think it starts in July-ish, and doing it for a year, I'll tell you at the end how you can let us know. Requirements. First and foremost, ask yourself if you have the time to do this. So many of you work full-time jobs, you teach on the side. Do you have time to do yet another thing? I know many people who are adjuncts there's a certain mentality of people who work professionally and are adjuncts, and I was one of them. We have a tendency to bite off more than we can chew, and we overcommit and stuff. So ask yourself if you really have the time to do this. If you're the CEO of IBM and you're teaching 9 credits a year, like, you don't have time. Like, just admit it, like, you don't have time. You can't be the CEO of IBM, teach 9 credits a year, and have time to do this. It just won't happen. Second is you got to pick a course that you've taught. So I'll tell you in a minute how you can tell us what courses you want. But if you only teach CMS 102, you can't say I want to be the course coordinator for SWEN 645. Okay, it's got to be something that you teach. Hopefully something that you know well, that you feel like I got this down. Second is we're going to make sure people have pretty decent student survey reviews. I know I just went through the spring, and there were some people that had some really low reviews, and I'm hoping, since that was spring, and I sent out that email with a video a little while ago explaining some of my best practices. If you follow those best practices, I'm positive your student survey results will go up significantly. So go back and rewatch that video. But my thought is, if you're getting a really low student reviews, then you probably just don't have, most people who get low reviews, it's not that it's time. They just don't have the time to fit in their schedule. So we will be looking at that. So if you consistently get low reviews, we're going to try to avoid those. Another point is this is a one and done, 1 year, and that's it. I don't want you to think that this is some kind of a job commitment. At the end of the year, they might go away. That's possible. UMGC has been very flaky. They use them, they don't use them. They all of a sudden they get rid of them. So it might be. And next year we might hire. So we might want to say, we don't want the same person to do it year after year. We want to rotate. So if you get CMIS 242 this year, and next year we have another one and we give it to someone else, it's not that you did a bad job. In some cases, we want to try to rotate and maybe get some, just some different people, or give other people an opportunity to do it. So it is a 1 year and done, but that doesn't mean that the next year we might give it back to you. I don't know. We don't really have a lot of time to think it out. So just to let you know, there's just a 1 year commitment. So if you are interested in this, there's an attachment in the email you can read with the job description, and just kind of goes through in a little bit more detail. And then there is a link. So anyone who's interested, there is a Microsoft form. You click on the link, you fill out the form, and get it done by this weekend. And then Monday, Dwayne, Jark, and I are going to sit down and see who we have, and try to see what courses we have and what people we have, and try to match things up. So I don't know, we might get less people apply than we have openings. We might get more people. We might get 125. Everybody might apply. So we don't really know what we're going to expect until we sit down with the list of people who've completed the form saying they're interested, and the people and the courses. And then we're going to figure out which ones Dwayne's going to cover, which ones I'm going to cover, and which ones we're going to hire people for. So we don't even know which courses it is yet. So in the form, it'll ask you, your name, a couple things, and it'll ask you what course or courses you want to do. Put the courses in priority order. So if you normally teach CMIS 102, and next you teach CMIS 111, and those are the two you want to go for, put CMIS 102, CMIS 111. Keep in mind that for 102 and 141, you would be applying for the assistant course coordinator that pays $1,000. If you pick any of the other courses in the program, you'd be going for the course coordinator, which is $1,500. And so I would pick 3 or 4. I wouldn't pick all of them. I wouldn't put them all down, but 3 or 4 probably seems reasonable, because your first choice might be something that Dwayne or I take. Okay, if you have any questions, email me, and we will try to announce probably by Tuesday, unofficially, and then you'll get some kind of official contract, and that's what makes it official. So we're hoping maybe Tuesday that we'll unofficially talk to people about doing it. All right, thank you very much.